Okay, can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, teacher, we can hear.
Hereafter, when I ask
Yes, teacher.
hereafter, when I ask you a question, you can't open your mouth. You should raise your hand, right? If you can hear me, or if you have any question, you should raise your hand. You can't talk. Clear?
Okay, teacher.
Ah. Now I'm going to mute your mic.
Good evening, teacher.
Good afternoon. It's not evening still. Pute, please, the one who do this, please stop it. Okay, this is our Buddhism lesson. Today I'm going to teach the first chapter, the childhood of Prince Siddhartha. When we learn about the childhood of Prince Siddhartha, first we can go to the birth of Prince Siddhartha. Where was it? It was at Lumbini Salpa on a Vesak Poya day. Can you remember the previous lessons what you have learned? If yes, nod your head or raise your hand. Can you remember the birth of Prince Siddhartha? Yes, it was on Vesak Poya day at Lumbini Salpa. Here, look at this picture. Mahamaya, Queen Mahamaya is there and Prince Siddhartha is there and 7 red lotus were there to accept the foot of baby prince. Then when we are moving to France, we meet the incident of the first worship of King Suddhodana to his son Prince Siddhartha. Can you remember? King Suddhodana is the father of Prince Siddhartha and he worshipped his son in 3 times. First occasion was it is in this picture. It was when King Suddhodana shows his son Prince Siddhartha to King Suddhodana's teacher, who is named by Kaladevala or Asita. Can you imagine that lesson? Very good. King Suddhodana wants to show his son to King Suddhodana's teacher. Who was the teacher of King Suddhodana? That was Asita, sage Asita. He has another name that is Kaladevala. And when king shows his son to sage Asita, at once the baby prince placed his foot on sage Asita's forehead. Look at this picture. At that time, sage Asita told that this prince definitely will become the Buddha. Then King Suddhodana was happy. In one side, he was a little bit sad because if he become Buddha, he will not be a king. But at that occasion was the first salutation of King Suddhodana to his son Prince Siddhartha. And there was another ceremony. It was naming ceremony. for that name and ceremony. 108 Brahmins was there, and they proposed 2-3 different names, but finally they decided to put the name Siddhartha. Some of them told that if he'll stay at palace, he will become a great king. Or if he leaves the palace, he will become the Buddha. But said Asita, he told that definitely the prince will become the Buddha. It was the summary of your grade 1 and 2 lessons. Now let's move to our lesson. In your lesson, it says ancient India, there was a tradition for the king to take part in the plowing festival. Do you know what is plowing festival? You may have learned it in grade 3 too. It is Vapmangul. That means it is a festival that they are digging the land or soil for cultivation. And that time, the king Suddhodana participated for that. He came with his son Prince Siddhartha with his attendants and nurses, and Prince Siddhartha was under the shade of Damba tree with his attendants and nurses, while all the others are participating for Vapmangul or plowing ceremony. But when it is going on, the attendants and nurses also want to join with the ceremony. So they led Prince Siddhartha under the shade of Damba tree, and they also went and watched the festival. When they are leaving, the prince was sleeping, but suddenly the prince wake up and sit down on the floor, and he concentrated on his breath and started meditation. The meditation, what we do by concentrating on our breath, we call Anapanasati meditation. What is Anapanasati meditation? On that meditation, we concentrate on our breath. When nurses and attendants come back to the prince, they saw that prince was meditating. They were wondered and they went to king and informed about this situation. Then the king came to the prince and he also saw this, and he remembered the statement which his teacher told him. What was it? If this prince definitely will become the Buddha. So King Suddhodana, what did he feel, happy or sad? He was little bit sad, but he knew that even though this baby is this much small, if he can meditate like this, he will definitely become the Buddha, and he salute his son for the second time too. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Huh? Do you clear what I am telling? Is it clear for you all? Or both? Minudi, is it clear or not? Ah. Here, look at these pictures. This is a picture of Vapmangul ceremony, and this is the picture that the king salutes his son. Now, The prince has become little bit older and he is 8 years old. When Prince Siddhartha was 8 years, he was sent to Vishwamitra for his education. Now from 8 years, he has started his studies. He has gone to Vishwamitra for his studies. The name of the teacher is Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra is the teacher of Prince Siddhartha. From his teacher, he learned reading, writing, history, mathematics, geography, and science too. There are many subjects as you all. He also has learned to read, to write, and about the history, mathematics, geography, and science. You all are learning these kind of subjects in your class, right? Not only that, he learned games such as boxing, wrestling, fighting with the sword, and the way how he should use bow. Being prince, from their childhood, they used to learn fighting. It is a rule. As you are doing extracurricular activities in the school, you are doing netball, basketball, so and so. In ancient time, they used to practice boxing, wrestling, and fighting with swords and the way of using bow. Here, look at these pictures. These are fighting with swords, and this is the way how they use bow. This is bow. Prince Siddhartha was keen and good student, obedient, strong, and was loved by all. So King Suddhodana was so happy and decided to give him a small present. Do you know what he get as his present? As the result of this, Prince Siddhartha got a white horse as present. After getting this present, Prince Siddhartha learned to ride on horseback from his teacher. He learned to ride on horseback. Here, look at this. And later on, he get the ability to use the bow by riding on horseback. Okay, now I'm going to unmute your mic. You can unmute your mics now.
Yes, teacher.
Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
Did you clear what I explained?
Yes, teacher.
What was it about?
About King Siddhartha.
About
Prince
Siddhartha. Still he is to
About Prince
Siddhartha's child.
About Prince Siddhartha. About Prince Siddhartha's education.
Yes, about his education and birth.
The plugin festival.
Yes, Plavin festival.
About the
Second salutation and first salutation.
Second salute for Prince Siddhartha.
Yes, naming ceremony. All
About
things.
education.
Yes, education. Okay, now I am going to give you an exercise. That means homework. What you have to do is
about the childhood of Prince Siddhartha. Prepare a small booklet about the childhood of Prince Siddhartha.
yes, you have to prepare a small booklet about the childhood of Prince Siddhartha. There you have to paste nice pictures and write small sentences. I don't want a big book. It may be too small. Yes, Yalinsa. You can unmute your mic.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
We can take a book like small.
You have to prepare a small book. 4-5 pages are enough. You can
Teacher.
collect
Okay.
pictures from newspapers and all. Paste them on your book and write small sentences about the pictures. Yalinsa?
Excuse me, teacher. Teacher,
Yes.
can we have to prepare a small booklet about the childhood of Siddhartha, and do we have to write the full story in the
No
booklet
need to
or
write
in
full story
sentences?
today. You can collect some nice pictures about Prince Siddhartha's childhood, paste them in piece of paper in pages and write small sentences. 2-3 sentences for one picture, it is enough.
Okay, teacher.
Try to do it and send it me, right? Behind, you are the one who is doing this. Yalinsa, do you have any other questions?
Teacher,
Hmm?
do we have to send it photo and send it to you for personally or keep it?
No, you can take photos and send it to me to my personal WhatsApp number.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Yes, Minaji, you can unmute your mic. Do you have any question? I saw that you were raising your hand.
Excuse me, teacher. We have to write the booklet about what teacher
Let's imagine
teach
like
us
this.
today.
If you selected a picture of Prince Siddhartha's birth, you can paste it on your book and write Prince Siddhartha's birth. And next you can find a picture of naming ceremony or the first salutation. Then you can write under that picture first salutation. If it is naming
Teacher,
ceremony,
we
you
have
can
to
write
write the
naming
booklet
ceremony.
about what teacher teach us today.
Yes, the things what I taught you today, and I will share this document presentation. Then you can use this too to get an idea. Okay.
Okay. Teacher.
Yes, Yalinsa.
Teacher.
Yes.
That means we have to write little sentences about the prince, just like we have to use a little page book to write this.
Yes, only 4-5 pages are enough.
About 5 pages.
Yeah, 4-5 pages are enough.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Kesanya?
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
We can make a book and write or rule book we want to write.
If you don't have facility to use blank book, you can use a single rule or any rule or square rule book. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Or if you can use A4
Okay.
sheet, that is better.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Yevin?
Yes, teacher.
Do you have any questions?
No, teacher.
Then it's okay. Now I'm going to mark your register. If you are present, please say present, right?
Okay, teacher.
Unmute your mic. Metul, Osanda, Visula,
Present, teacher.
Himat, Netuka,
Present, teacher.
Senuk. Senuk, are you there? Yoshita, Kavinu, Hesanya, Babaji,
Teacher, I'm present.
Hesanya is there, Babaji, yes,
Teacher, I'm present.
Naomi,
Teacher, I'm present.
yes, Putte, Babaji, I saw you. Situmli, you are there. Sasiti, are you there? Sasiti, Tinuli, Yalinsa, Sehasa, you are there. Chenuli, Putte, now you can unmute your mic.
Teacher Tinuli present.
Yes, Putte, I saw you. Chenuli,
Teacher, I'm present. Did you say my name?
Yoshita, yes, I was searching you. Chenuli,
Generally
unmute your
present.
mic.
I'm here. Generally present.
Chenuli, do you have any question?
Teacher Senuk also present.
Chenuli,
Teacher, I'm present too.
okay, now I will stop our lesson for today. If you have any question, yes.
Teacher present. Teacher, I'm present too.
Dilushi,
Teacher
are
Senuk
you
also present.
Dilushi, are you
Teacher.
learning Buddhism?
Yes.
Yes, then Ayush, you too.
Teacher Senuk present. Teacher Alinda present.
Okay, Putte. Ayush, you are also doing Buddhism?
Yes. Not
Yes.
present.
Then it's okay. Then we'll stop our lesson for today, right? If you have any question, please contact me, do your homework and send them to me, right?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, then have a nice
Thank you,
day.
teacher.
See you.
Thank you, teacher. Have a nice day. Thank you, teacher.